All right, let's do it. So, Eldrazi Tron in Modern. So thanks to this weekend's fantastic performance with my green Tron list in Pioneer, green Karn list in Pioneer, tonight I'm featuring Karn, the Great Creator. This awesome Planeswalker is a 4-mana colorless Planeswalker, and the most interesting part about it is the -2 ability, which says you may choose an artifact card you own from outside the game or in exile, reveal that card, and put it into your hand. Recently in Modern, people would get the card Mycosynth Lattice with this, immediately locking your opponent out of the ability to cast basically any spells, unless they could kill your Karn. So that wasn't a lot of fun, and in the most recent Modern banlist update, along with Mox Opal and Oko Thief of Crowns, they hit Mycosynth Lattice, which makes this card suddenly more fun and interesting in this format. So the shell that we're playing around it in Modern is the Eldrazi Tron variant. So we're playing the Tron lands, Urza's Tower, Urza's Power Plant, and Urza's Mine. So if assembled together, their awesome power unites. So these 3 lands produce a total of 7 mana. 2 from the Mine, 2 from the tower, Power Plant, and 3 from the Tower. Then through the rest of our deck, we are playing 100% colorless, so we're able to take advantage of a very diverse mana base, mostly colorless lands, including the incredibly powerful Eldrazi Temple, which taps for 2 mana that you can spend on Eldrazi spells or activate the ability of colorless Eldrazi. We're also playing one-ofs on some of the other things, and to smooth out our acquisition of the Tron lands, we've got Expedition Map. So it's a 1-mana artifact, stacks for 2, and then you search your library for a land card, any land card, reveal it, put it in your hand. So you can use that to play Urza's Mine, let's say, on turn 1, Urza's Power Plant on turn 2, and crack the map to finish in your Tron for turn 3. But you can also get things like your one of Cavern of Souls, or your one of Scavenger Grounds, which allows us to exile graveyards, or Tectonic Edge, which can destroy non-basic lands. So we do have some utility, as well as Blast Zone, which lets us deal with problematic permanents. So the Eldrazi part of the Eldrazi Tron deck is the sort of 12 core creatures here. We've got Matter Reshaper, which is a 3-mana 3/2. When it dies, we reveal the top card of the library, and if you may put that onto the battlefield if it's a permanent card with converted mana cost 3 or less. Otherwise, we put it in our hand. We've got Thought-Knot Seer, 4-mana 4/4. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals their hand. We choose a non-land card from it and exile it. And if this is killed, then they get to draw a new card back. And then Reality Smasher, 5-mana 5/5 trample haste. This is a big smashy boy. And whenever they target it, they have to discard a card or that spell will be countered. We've also got some other huge planeswalkers. We've got Ugin the Ineffable, 6-mana planeswalker that says colorless spells that we cast cost 2 less to cast, which is very powerful here. And we've got Karn Liberated at 7 from Mono Green Tron fame. We've also got a singleton copy of All Is Dust, which says each player sacrifices all colored permanents they control, so that can be a huge blowout. Got a little bit of interaction in the form of Dismember and Warping Wail here. Warping Wail is a 3-mode command spell for Eldrazi that says choose 1, exile target creature with power or toughness 1 or less, counter target sorcery spell, or create a 1/1 colorless Eldrazi Scion that has 1, sack this, and get 1 mana. And then to round out the deck, we've got some more artifacts and Chalice of the Void and Walking Ballista. So the main deck is quite powerful. And then our Karn gives us access to our Wish board in Game 1. So we have some ways to attack the graveyard. We've got ways to attack activated abilities. And then it looks like we actually do have a little bit of sideboard. Continuing on, we've got Torpor Orb, which hoses end of the battlefield triggers. Ensnaring Bridge, which stops people from attacking us. Witchbane Orb gives us hexproof. We got Sky Sovereign, similar to Pioneer, lets us win a bunch of mid-range games. Wormcoil Engine just comes down and is an incredible card against, let's say, Burn or other aggressive decks. And then Walking Ballista, one in the sideboard, is fantastic to protect us. So then the only pieces that we will actually be actively boarding in looks like it's 4. So we've got 2 Spatial Contortions, which is just a small bit of creature interaction, and 2 Relic of Progenitus, which allows us to interact with graveyards more aggressively. So if I had to guess, I would say this deck has probably a very medium matchup against something like Dredge. And that's why we've got the extra juice there for the sideboard. We're going to hop into a Modern League. See how we do. I've never played this deck before, but I did get to watch my good buddy Paul Zhu tear up with this at SCG Columbus when we were playing trios. All 3 of us were playing Modern, and our good friend Paul was playing this deck in in that event, he had a great time. We all had a great time, and this deck is incredibly powerful sometimes. Interesting to note, the trophy leaders in Modern have a good chunk more trophies than the people in Pioneer, and it looks like there's more active players in the league. So, not sure what exactly that means, but we're on our way into match the first. Winning the die roll is excellent with this. We are playing against the ZX Rogue. Alright, and we're going to keep this one, and we're off to the races here. We've got turn 3 Tron, so let's see if that's good enough. Don't know exactly what ZX Rogue is on. I can't quite remember which person this is, but this is some mildly relevant person within the Magic community. Well, that's promising. So what's the worst thing that can happen to us here? I think we just crack the map here. There is the option of exiling their Noble Hierarch if we're against Stoneblade. Basic Forest makes that unlikely. I wonder if it's Heliod combo. So just going to pass the turn here. We have a pretty good hand. Looks like it's Heliod combo, if I had to guess. Another Hierarch, sure. Metallic Mimic. What is this? You got a human? Construct. Oh, wow. Okay, that was super neat. So, luckily, our Karn is going to turn off their Ballista. And then I have other options for what to do with my 3 mana here. I think probably what we do is get our own Ballista and pick off their Mimic. Is that what we want to do? No, because then they can attack down my Karn. I wonder if I'm supposed to get Ballista and then pass the turn. If they attack with both their creatures, I can play Warping Wail and block the Metallic Mimic. Yeah, that's what we're going to try to do here. And then if things go poorly for us, we're able to Ballista for a very large boy next turn. So, see how this goes. Triggers, sure. Oh, I should have exiled it. Oh well. Yeah, my mistake. So if they have something like Path to Exile, we get blown out here, which really is going to suck. Oh well. These are the things that happen when you have never played with these cards before. Okay, so I do get to block here, so that's good. I should have let them have this Metallic Mimic, but okie dokie. This could be Infinite Life, which I'm not 100% sure if we can beat or not, but let's find out. Get Mimic. And Mimic and nothing? Oh, double Mimic. Good lord. Okay. So if I play out Mind Stone, plus... How low can I get my hand? So if I play out Mind Stone, I have 9 mana, 4 cards left. Play out Ballista, I have 6 mana, 3 cards left. So let's play out Reshaper, then play Ballista on 3. But then I want to play the bridge that I'm getting. Just seeing how well that works out. Don't think it works particularly well. I think Ballista on 5 is the best here, because that means I can kill this Mimic, their Ballista, and their 2 Hierarchs. And leaving them with 2 Metallic Mimics seems like not the end of the world if I have a Ballista in play. Then I can just make another wish, so we're going to do that. So Killer Ballista, Killer Mimic, Killer Hierarch, Killer Hierarch, Wish with Karn, yes. We get Sky Sovereign, yeah. Yeah, and then just pass the turn. Okay, so Karn's super dead here, but that's fine. I've got a Ballista I can crank. So going down to 10 mana, so I play Sky Sovereign plus Smasher. So I think that's what I'm going to do. This kills their larger Metallic Mimic, assuming that it resolves. Which it did. And then we smush them. I think it's like pretty... It's conservative not to attack with the Ballista, but I don't know what they're up to over there. Inkmoth Nexus is in their deck. That's something. I wonder if they're playing like Arcbound Ravager or something silly. They can hit Heliod Spike Feeder here and just go infinite life, but crap. Whew. All right. So they're gonna get pretty beat up here, I think. So I can, sorry, nope. Put a +1/+1 counter, so 8. Put a +1 counter. Okay. Crew Sky Sovereign with Ballista. I think they're just dead here. Go. Yeah, I just killed them here. So we go attack, trigger, kill the Metallic Mimic, remove a counter, kill the Hangerback Walker, yeah, and then remove a counter, kill the Thopter, and they take 11. Ba-bam! Get out of here. So really, really aggressive, powerful draw on the very first game. We definitely did our thing. And I certainly want these spatial contortions in this matchup. The other optional board in was the Relic of Progenitus, which is definitely not as hot here. So we're bringing in spatial contortion, and then what do I not want? So I really don't care for the card Matter Reshaper, but I don't think I'm supposed to cut it. Chalice on 1 seems pretty okay against them. 2 especially seems nuts. I think I'll cut 1. Maybe even 2 on the draw. I think cutting 2 Chalices on the draw seems okay. Chalice can be like the most ineffective card in this deck. So let's try it that way. Dismember is interaction we can play on turn 1, and then we have the Chalice on 1 on turn 2, so could be pretty good here. Let's see. Eldrazi Temple's nice. We've got 2 pieces of Tron though, so I think I'm gonna lean into that. Just want to get their Hierarch off the table. It's possible they were depending on it to get in through these turns, so I can play a turn 2 Matter Reshaper or a turn 2 Chalice on 1. Let's, depending on how many 1-cost they fire off here. Ooh, kidoki. So I think the Matter Reshaper is better. Because from this point on, they're not likely to play as many 1-costs. So they are playing some kind of, it's Hardened Scales, Heliod, Ballista, Hangerback Walker. It's like green-white Hardened Scales Infinite Life combo, which is kind of neat. It's definitely something. Heliod, yeah. Karn will be an okay draw, but not yet. Ghost Quarter is definitely something I want to play here, plus Chalice on 1. So Chalice on 1 is a little nombo with our deck. Since we are playing Expedition Map, hopefully we hit some 1-costs out of them here, and we do have Ghost Quarter to be able to blow up their Inkmoth Nexus if we get into trouble with that. They see our Ghost Quarter? I think they spotted me. Up, they spotted me. Heliod's an interesting card in their deck. I don't think they have any chance of being able to turn it on. Nice play from the opponent there. Putting lifelink on the Hierarch. Giving a counter to their Arcbound Ravager. Yep. 2 counters their Arcbound Ravager. Tech Edge is alright because I can kill their Inkmoth Nexus without needing to. They have 4 more lands, yeah, so I can kill their Inkmoth Nexus without needing to do anything extra. I think I just play Tech Edge, hold back the Matter Reshaper to block their Arcbound Ravager here, which they'll be able to get more counters on, get it even chonkier, but can't do too much with it yet. They shock. That's an interesting choice. Spike Feeder. So this has them going to infinite life. Is that correct? I believe so. Okay. So I'm yielding to their abilities here. They can gain as much as life as they want. I'm not ready to scoop yet. I think I can lock them out of it and win the game. They can make their Spike Feeder infinitely large, huh? Oh, because of the Hardened Scales. That's really neat. Okay. I got Fling. Oh. I see. Let's Tech Edge that thing. Sure, they can make it into a creature. Still dies. Okay, so they have super lethal damage next turn. So All right, well done, opponent. Think we keep this hand. We got decent interaction for all their early things, and then hopefully we can roll that into a game plan. We also got turn 2 Thought-Knot Seer. Hard to turn that down. I just don't know. I'm not sure which is supposed to be better in this matchup. Okay, definitely turn 2 Thought-Knot if they didn't play anything. So hopefully their hand isn't indestructibly redundant, which it certainly could be. It is not. I'm going to take their collected company. I can let them have 2 hardened scales. And we should be able to beat them to death pretty quickly with this hand. Yep. Second scales plus Inkmoth. Spatial Contortion is going to end up being already here, so Kraken for 4. Play Reshaper. That's super enormous. Okay, so that was a really good draw from them. Ravager can only sack once, but they have 2 targets. And I saw, 2 Temple Gardens in their hand that they haven't played yet, so I have to have interaction for this Ravager. Sacking onto either of their other creatures. However, for the moment, I think that means we just swing. Keep swinging for them. And the way that works out, I can use Walking Ballista as that interaction. And all I have to do is not use it until they sack the Ravager. So hopefully Ravager on its own will be able to kill us. So they top decked the Ravager already. I haven't seen any other cards they've top decked. Animate both. Second Ravager. Sure. I think I'm just dead. No, I'm not dead. Am I? No. So you just don't. Oh, shoot. I think I'm just dead, yeah. They sack 1, and then if I respond, they sack. No, 1 is not. But. Yeah, so I can respond to this one, but it doesn't matter because they... What? Alright, so blown out by a crazy combo in multiple ways. Good for them. Spatial Contortion wouldn't have done any differently there, so really, really nicely played ZX Rogue. So, had a really, really powerful game 1. Game 2 and 3 not looking quite as good for the Spaghetti Boys. But Modern moving quickly, and I'm playing against some very high caliber players, so that seems really great. This is like a very medium hand, but I will definitely keep this. So tower map go. This is a fine hand. Like, this is definitely the kind of hand that this deck will keep. And we have interaction for many of the major decks, so. Pretty sure we're not cracking this map on 2, but that we're going to use Walking Ballista instead, maybe? Depends. Depends on what we draw. Omelet. Oh boy. Yep, alright. So I definitely want to keep Dismember up here, which I think means play the Wastes. I can play this turn 2 Chalice, which is a bit slow, because if they have the turn 2 Azusa, yeah, I think we just sit. If we can get to this Karn, we'll be in okay shape. That's frustrating because we didn't play the Chalice on 1, so they get that through. So they have Triad or Azusa here. They get to go off a little bit, and we can't prevent it. Boy, that's really. Oh, they left the Simic Growth Chamber, and they have a second Simic Growth Chamber. Okay, at this point, I am allowed to respond. To what avail, I'm not sure, but definitely going to do it. Feels a little too late, but definitely going to do it. So they still have 5 mana here, so if they have an Azusa or another Dryad, they get to continue to go nuts. Arboreal Grazer, sure. So they can Titan this turn still. Just freaking unreal. So severely punished for not playing Chalice on 1. Alright, well, now we know for future. Oh my god. Wait. They have to have an instant speed land. No, they're playing a Titan. They get 2 lands. I'm an idiot. Never mind, people. I'm an idiot. Idiot over here. Unless I get... Oh, let's see what they get. Because if I get Ghost Quarter and I can knock them off of the Karoo, maybe. Alright, they could screw this up. It is possible they screw this up. Boros Garrison, Slayer's Stronghold. Yeah, they have to bounce one of those. They just kill themselves? Oh, they still get to attack. Jeez. Wow, that is just so brutal. Well, they could still screw it up. They have an Explorer. Wow. Well, that was an insane turn. Still possible we get to punish them here if they goof around too much. We will see. What the? Yeah, okay. Simic Growth Chamber, Teleria West. They have exactly enough green in play right now to... They're going to bounce Teleria West, yeah. So, if somehow they have all their forests in their hand, we can get them here, but seems unlikely. Not Tech Edge, it's got to be Ghost Quarter. There it is. If they get the wrong land, they die. If they do not, they are fine. Let's see. Come on, friend. What do you got? You got it? Do you has? Okay, we're done here. Okay, game the second. So Spatial Contortion probably, no, not particularly good here. I think we're supposed to just rock into game 2 with our game 1 configuration and just pray it goes better. No, Spatial Contortion is definitely supposed to come in. It's not able to kill Dryad, which is a big deal, but we definitely keep Chalice on the play, but I think I can cut some Walking Ballistas. Warping Wail is okay because it gets Azusa and the Sakura Tribe Scouts. I think All's Dust is pretty okay as a board wipe. Ugin's not great, but he's fine. I think yeah, Ballista seem less than great. Just chunky and slow. Or Matter Reshaper. Maybe a 1-1 split. Scientician split. Alright. Would you like to play first? Yes, please. I like to keep his hand. No. So, definitely need to be more aggressive in Modern. That is better. I think we send the All Is Dust packing. I think I'm going to play Tronland here. Yeah. And we just have to hope that we get a little bit lucky with what they draw, because depending on their number of 1-mana spells, they can get beat up by this Chalice or completely dodge it. So Chalice is a very interesting Magic the Gathering card to play with because it is not always effective in any way. Sometimes it completely locks your opponent out. And yeah, it's just kind of cheesy card like Blood Moon, but sometimes you make the right call and you crush them with it. We would have done quite well in game 1. Tapped Castle Garen Break is an awesome thing for us to see. So I'm going to go mine. If we draw the tower next turn, we're in great shape. X is 1. Yes, please. Pass the turn. So any amulets or Sakura Tribe Scouts or our Boreal Grazers from here on out are not coming in. So this gives us a lot more time. Karn, the Great Creator, I think wants to get us... Oh, that's a really good play. They can get their Sakura Tribe Scouts or our Boreal Grazers through. But if we can get to Karn Liquimetal Coating, we can start strip mining them. So it'd be nice to rip the tower this turn, but if we don't have it, we still have a reasonable pace. Explore, yeah, that's a good draw. Integral Turf, also a good draw. They don't have a forest in play yet, so they should bounce the... Okay. Another mine's not great. I'll play Eldrazi Temple. This means I can Thought-Knot next turn. You pass the turn. Play Dryad of the Elysian Grove this turn. They play Urza. They play nothing. Well, that's pretty good for us. Another power plant. Well, that's unfortunate. I think at this point I can play redundant Tron lands. Just play Karn out. They've got a Garen Break in hand, so they can Titan next turn. They don't have an amulet, and they can't play it. So what is the best thing I can get to deal with a Titan resolving? Torpor Orb doesn't do anything. Bridge is pretty good. So they'll get to get some lands, but they won't get to attack yet. So I'm going to wish for the Liquimetal Coating. But hopefully they get Titan next turn, but they're not able to do that much with it. And then... we can get Bridge and then stop them from attacking and start attacking their lands. So, yeah. Alright. Just sort of forces them into a specific action here. They have a Titan in hand, they have to play it for minimal value. Although I suppose they could have Beast Within in their hand right now. Should be really good against us and is a pretty standard sideboard card for them. So I can see Beast Within on my Karn here. Yep, so I should have gotten the Bridge right away. Or the Torpor Orb. Would have put them in a better squeeze. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. So I'm just playing against a well-experienced Titan player, and I am making some misplays with what I'm fetching. But it's all part of the learning process. This is Modern being the powerful linear format that it is meant to be. So good chance we see Simic Growth Chamber and Teleria West here. They just go Squadron Titan. Could have been an argument to be made from earlier that I should have gotten, should have gone for Chalice on 0. Blast Zone here doesn't affect anything at all. I mean, in theory, I could eventually crack it to 6, but nope. So, definitely losing to some inexperience in the match there. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, their game 1 was completely insane, so that was very, very difficult to overcome. Definitely not having a great run on Eldrazi Tron so far, though. Despite our first game looking very impressive. I think I'm supposed to mulligan this hand. Yeah, it's not going to do anything. This seems a chunk better. Keep this bottom, the redundant Karn. Sliver Hive. Oh no, we've fallen into the sliver bracket. The actual sliver bracket. So 2 Tron pieces mean that we'll be able to have turn 3 Tron here, which is something. We will see how relevant it is. Sliver Hive is a sweet little land. Taps for a colorless, taps for 1 mana of any color. You can spend it on sliver spells. And then, of course, it has 5 mana. I say, of course. 5 mana tap, create a 1/1 colorless sliver creature token. And the slivers are a really sweet tribe in Magic's history. Of course, this is not a real sliver. This is one of the M14 slivers that looks like a predator creature. The real slivers are from Tempest, Onslaught Block, Tempest Block, Onslaught Block, and Time Spiral Block. And I say that ever so slightly tongue-in-cheek, but I firmly believe that those are slivers as they are meant to be, and these are sort of a bastardization of what slivers are supposed to look like and act like, and just mean to Magic, I guess. Certainly what they mean to me in Magic. Okay, let's see how powerful they get. So yeah, Predatory Sliver is a 2/2, and he gives your other slivers +1/+1. So likely next turn we're going to play Chalice on 1 with Karn. Do I actually want to play Chalice on 1? I don't know that I do. Pretty sure I want to play Smasher as a blocker, and I think I play Chalice on 1 next turn. It's pretty low cost to me. I've already drawn 1 map. If I draw another, it's not too bad. I just don't want to play out Karn without some good backup. So I have Mine and Tower, so I need Power Plant. Let's get to untap with 7 mana here. Sure. Another Chalice ain't not bad. I could Thought-Knot too. Yeah, that's even better. So It's going to let me know if there's anything coming down the pipeline to kill me. See if they have any 1-drops in their hand that I can Chalice. They do not. They have Frenzy Sliver. Slivers have Frenzy 1. When a Sliver attacks and isn't blocked, it gets +1 power. They have all bears that make their team bigger. So next turn, their team is about to all become 4/4s. So Predatory Sliver plus Sinew Sliver plus... Okay, so they're going to be too large for me to deal with. Huh. That's a problem. So if I'd been able to Chalice on 2, I would have slowed them down a bit here. So I take a Sinew Sliver, and then we're getting cracked next turn. We'll play Chalice on 1 though, because they are incentivized to put their Aether Vial up to 2, at which point they won't be able to, what do I want to say here? They're incentivized to put their Aether Vial on 2, which means if they do draw a 1-drop Sliver at this point, they won't be able to play it. It'll just get countered by my Chalice. So it doesn't feel the best, but that's where we're at. That Mutavault is secretly gigantic because of all the Slivers. Next turn, I can empty my hand down low enough that they won't be able to attack through the bridge that I'm going to play. So, and then we can go through in a different direction. We're not blocking with Thought-Knot Seer here because all of their creatures have first strike, and I know they have another Sliver in hand to make these each into 4/4s. So that kind of plays into our plan here of getting Ensnaring Bridge against them. So it doesn't really matter which land I play here. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. Play Karn. Karn gets a bridge. There you are. Play the bridge. I don't need to play this Chalice out right now, but no, I just straight up don't need to play this Chalice out right now, so I'm not going to. There is nothing 0 cost that I'm likely to play in this deck, and I could play them 2 against my opponent. If they put their Vial up to 3, I guess I might, but I don't think they're going to. So we just passed the turn here. And I can get Liquimetal Coating and start shutting off or killing their lands. Get Sky Sovereign. No, Sky Sovereign won't actually knock out any of their creatures. Ballista is, I guess, how I'm going to win this game. So we'll get my Walking Ballista and play Smasher. And another Smasher, just in case they somehow do get the ability to attack me. We gummed up the ground nicely, and then next turn we play Ballista for like X12, something crazy. So we got Spaghetti Monsters versus, I don't know, Scythe Monsters that the Slivers are meant to look like. Frenzy Sliver is one of the real Slivers. That's what they are meant to look like, just kind of a spiky, sinewy, snake-like thing. Cavern, sure. So now they can play through my Chalice, which means I can kill my Chalice, no problem. They're not going to be able to make the creature small enough, so we can pass. Sinew Sliver, sure. They're even bigger. Even more unable to attack me. I suppose their idea on the other side might be that they're going to eventually be able to get them big enough that it'll take forever for my Ballista to kill them, but so X5 Ballista here. Yep. And then next turn I get the Liquimetal Coating and start blowing up their lands. And I can just spend every turn going, blow up a land, crank my Ballista 3 times, pass. Blow up a land, crank my Ballista 3 times, pass. So it should be nice in game ending. See if they have a way to get through my bridge in their main deck. I'm assuming they have. There's a sliver that sort of turns all your slivers into Vindicates. You can sacrifice them to destroy. So where are you? Sorcerer's Supply Gas? No. Liquimetal Coating. There we go. So play that for 2. I'm gonna play out the second Karn. I just really don't have any reason to take extra time to do this. Yep, keep that one. So let's make your Mutavault into an artifact. So the synergy here with Liquimetal Coating is you can make their lands into artifacts, and then Karn animates a non-creature artifact and makes it a creature with Harmonic Sliver and the Necrotic one. Yep, thank you, friend. My good friend Alex is hanging out in the chat, pointing out to me that they do have outs. I am aware of this fact. Dude, it's cool. I'll just go get my Lattice. They'll never be able to get out of that. And they scooped. So I don't know if they actually do have that in their main deck. But yet another match where we're bringing in our good friend Spatial Contortion. And then I think on the draw we're going to cut 2 Chalices. Which is like weird, but that's what we're going to do. Back in a second. You already 2-0-1. Nice, dude. Were you playing Pioneer? Were you playing Lotus Breach in Pioneer, you horrible monster? Alrighty. We are back. Alright, going into game number 2 here. This is a kind of busted hand, I think. So, got the turn 3 Tron with All Is Dust. Yeah, dumpstered Blue-Red Phoenix on turn 4, both games on the draw. Beat Grixis Control, first in the league by 16 points. A month out, nearly locked top 4. Dude, killing it. Gale Rider Sliver. This is one of the best slivers from M14. 1 mana, 1/1 that gives your slivers flying. Drew yet another expedition map, but that's okay because extra expedition maps can be used to get things like Blast Zone, which might be exceptional in this matchup. Ooh. In paper, this is like a $600 version of this card. Hopefully our turn 3 All Is Dust is going to be good enough here. I think it will be. I think their poor multicolored creature deck is going to... Ooh, wow. Just got all kinds of slid over. Going to fix that as we get through this game. Was that in the store again that you had my stream up? Because if so, that store looks like a living room. You met my friend Unrolled Breach and his friend Coked Out Fiend Hidden Strings. Yeah, they're definitely a thing. Whenever a sliver you control attacks, defending player loses 1 life. That is really mean. Sliver is leeching me, so I'm going to take 6 here. Reasonable aggro draw from the sliver deck. Ooh. What is happening? They tap for colorless during combat. What is this? What are you doing? I don't like it. Stop. Okay, cool. Aether Vial post-combat. Sure. So my All Is Dust will not destroy that, but that does mean I had 1 less creature. So we've got Power Plant and Tower, so we need to get a mine. Don't screw it up. Where's his mine? There we go. So we got the mine, and I think we just fire off this All Is Dust as a 3-for-1. So unfortunately, our opponent's sweet multicolor aggro deck is powerless against All Is Dust. Although it is definitely possible they rebuild. The Mutavault allows them to start attacking for 3 or maybe even 4 this turn. Land draw is good for us though. The more lands they draw, the less spells. 2 mana. So this is Sinew Sliver, maybe? Nope, Leeching Sliver. Okay, so we're going to take 3 this turn. Yep. And then can put in Smasher as a blocker for next turn. That's probably the best play. Spatial Contortion is excellent draw here. So I need to leave up 2. So Tower for 3. Play a Smasher as a blocker. Oh, Leeching Sliver is a 1/1, so I can actually Warping Wail and exile it. So let's do that. And then we're just going to hold up Spatial Contortion on this next turn as a +3/-3, which should kill my opponent's stuff. I'm not going to attack with Smasher yet. I don't feel 100% comfortable taking a hit from the Mutavault if I don't have to. The way we lose this game is letting them get hits on us, and that does not sound like something I want to do. And then, wow. So we drew all 4 expedition maps this game. It's going to get me my good friend Tectonic Edge. And we're going to Tech Edge their Mutavaults. Boosh. And now we can start cracking in. They have 1 card in hand. I don't think there's any slivers worth playing that have more than 3 toughness, so Spatial Contortion can kill it. It also means I'm able to vomit out 2 maps here on main phase 2. Just bleh. Also bleh. So could get Ghost Quarter, could get Ghost Quarter, could get the other Blast Zone. Lots of options. So colorless tribal beats 5-color tribal in this matchup. Cloud Shredder Sliver, sure. 1/1 slivers you control have flying and haste. I'm gonna take the 1. There's considerably more threatening things that could happen, so I think I'll keep my interaction. Let's get the other. Well, let's get a blast zone. They don't know it's the other blast zone. Is this 2 mana? Holy crap, it's 2 mana. I thought it was a 3 mana 2/2, but it's a 2 mana 1/1, which is considerably better. Good job, Modern Horizon designers. Like, they didn't actually make it crappy. Well done. And they also printed Plague Engineer in the same set, so I don't know if that was the best choice. Bless my opponent, they're still trying. Predatory Sliver, sure. So if I kill the Cloud Shredder, it loses haste. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I also get to crank my Blast Zone to 2 this turn. So if I need to remove it, I can. Smasher's the 1-man army this game. Just going deep. Yeah, there we go. Cool. So we're on the board. So 2 more match wins to get our burrito. Hopefully we can get there. It's definitely been a quicker league than the first one. The first one exceeded. It was like close to 3 hours. Alrighty. Let's do it. Let's find this opponent. Let's get into this match. A Squaw Chief. That's who I played against. That's ZX Rogue, who's playing Green-White Scales Heliod. Nice. Cool. I might go and say hi to them when I'm done here. Alright, did we win the die roll? We did! What a great way to start. Boo, Tunneling Cat. Boo. Alright. This hand is not the hottest. If we draw a single land, we're in like reasonable shape. I think though we're supposed to mulligan to something more busted than this in Modern. So let's see if we can get something more busted. This has more interaction. Still has the 2 land problem. I think we mulligan again. This is a 24 land deck, but the 3rd land only gets me Matter Reshaper, which is like not the greatest. I think we have to ship it again. That's better. So we get to keep this. We bought a mine. We bought Smasher. I mean, if we're real professionals, we bottom the waste and then just draw the power plant. I don't know if I'm supposed to count on that. I don't think I am. Alright. Definitely a medium series. Yeah, Tunneling Cat. Oh, Tunneling Cat is a local player, and I knew they were the trophy Modern leader, but I did not know that they were one of your locals. That's neat. Ancient Stirrings, sure. So is this green Tron? If so, Valakut, no. So it is either some kind of it's definitely a Titan deck, but the question is it like Titan, Shift, or Amulet. Which one is it closer to? Ghost Quarter makes me think it's closer to Amulet. Got one of our 2 wastes in our hand, so one of the worst draws in our deck would be the other wastes. Don't. They draw step, Ghost Quarter me. Yeah, that's smart. If we had drawn the second waste there, we wouldn't have been able to get anything, which would have been real savage. I'm going to fire off the Mind Stone because I think getting this Karn down is more important than getting to this Matter Reshaper. Karn's going to let me get things like Liquimetal Coating, which could knock my opponent right out of this game, especially when they put themselves back a turn. Looks like they're more of an Amulet build, so yeah, we're definitely going to do that. And they have a really medium draw. Yeah, let's stick to the plan. Get my boy Karn. The one thing is, going for Liquimetal Coating this turn doesn't actually do anything if Karn gets killed, which I don't think is likely, but in case he does, I think the first wish is going to get Walking Ballista or Torpor Orb. Maybe Bridge. Bridge might be the best thing to get in game 1 against that deck. This means they won't be able to attack with the Titans unless they go get their engineered explosives. Alright, let's try that. No idea what we're doing here, but we're going to try it. I think it might be worth putting a Chalice in the board for game 2, because then when we play Karn, we can get a Chalice on 0 and occasionally blow out their pacts. Summoner's Pact or... oh, goodness gracious. Okay. This does mean I can get Torpor Orb. Do they not? Oh, of course they do. Of course they have a million land drops to play. They never don't have it. Alright. So... you can play Matter Reshaper as a blocker. But that doesn't help me keep my Karn alive. Karn's going to get attacked down. I could play Bridge and animate it, but that's a very, very poor play against the potential Titan. I just Dismember in my hand. Doi. Wow, I'm really bad at this game. Was I tapped down? I was tapped down, right? I was tapped down. I think we Dismember Urza, play Torpor Orb. Yeah. Okay. Alright, I figured it out. Figured it out. We're okay. Ish. Sort of. Torpor Orb. There you are. Kill you. Alright. So it's not as much fun as the plan where we were going to get to go... they Summoner's Pact anyway. Interesting. For Dryad. Oh, that's... oh, man. Come on. What is that? Oh, that's so gross. Jeez. Say, did they not get a Valakut trigger there? What? Okay. They... not exactly sure... didn't they... what? 5 other mountains. They had the... alright. Yeah. Things have been alrighty, Roy. Not great, but definitely not awful. We got completely demolished by the previous Titan player and ZX Rogue, which is Squatchief playing green-white Scales, which was nuts. I got him in game 1 real good, but could not get there in game 2. Just running some Karn decks. Seeing how good Karen be. Alright, so they're somewhat limited on what they can play, but this Dryad is going to be a problem real quick. Of course, immediately as soon as I killed Azusa, that is how this went down, and I got a Torpor Orb, which would deal with their Titans, but I didn't get... They've just been Valakutting me. Okay. I'm silly. I was wondering why none of my stuff was dying or taking damage. They've just been Valakutting me. That makes sense. Dryad, why are you so good? I know. It's really obnoxious. And I just kind of got land stalled. I'm definitely going to block here because I would like to flip lands. If I can get Ugin, then I can just blow up the Dryad, which would be great. Put Chalice of the Void onto the battlefield. Yeah. Chalice on 0 shuts down their pacts, which would have been nice earlier, but this does blank some draws in their deck. Okay. Scavenger Grounds. It's not the best, but I think it keeps me alive because Smasher comes down to block the Dryad, and then they can 6 me to Pact of Negation. Nice play into my Chalice. Sweet. So that worked out nicely. So they can 6 me here, put me to 1, but it is possible we pull out of this. Valakut, yep. Put me to 4. Other land drop. Second Dryad. Okay, that's pretty good. Other land, okay. Oh, they get an extra land play. Yep, okay, we die. Gosh darn it. What is getting banned Monday, O Oracle of Knowledge? If you're asking me, I have no idea. If I had to guess, it might be Once Upon a Time for Modern. Definitely seems reasonable. And then for Pioneer, I'm not actually sure. I don't know. I think Inverter is just such a huge warping force on the meta that something from that deck probably has to eat it, but I don't know what. It's Inverter if they want to hit that deck particularly. It could be Thassa's Oracle if they want to hit slightly broader spread. I don't think anything from Breach is going to go, though. Breach has been just amazingly underperforming in terms of like wider tournaments. Okay, need cuts. I want to keep Chalices, but maybe put 1 in the board for the reason that I mentioned in the game. And then all the dust is still fine. Maybe one of the Ugins? It would have been really, really good there to actually resolve it. I was just a little choked on mana. I think 1 Walking Ballista makes sense. Or Warping Wail? That doesn't do anything against them, right? Kill like a Sakura Tribe Scout. I haven't seen any Scouts tonight. That's been weird. Cut Yo Face, Rainbow Kirby, Rainbow Kirby, Rainbow Kirby, Rainbow Kirby, Rainbow Kirby. Okay. I'm not sure what you're going after there, Alex, but okay. Alright, am I keeping this hand? It's pretty slow. Doesn't have any kind of interaction against the Titan deck. I think I gotta ship this. Okay. It's like slightly better. Still no interaction though. But I don't know if I'm supposed to just like mulligan again and again and again until I get the very small number of interactive pieces. So let's bottom an Ugin, keep this hand, and see if we can get something going on. We do have a turn 2 Matter Reshaper, so it's like, I don't know. But it definitely, yeah. I do not know how the E-Tron pilots are able to consistently beat up Amulet. Seems like something they've been able to do. Well, okay, Chalice is like Not the worst thing in the world here. And then I can turn 3 play Mind Stone into Shaper, which is pretty great. So maybe relevant. I don't know if I was supposed to Chalice on 1 there or Chalice on 0. I think 1 is better, but I suppose we shall see. Or not, depending on what they do. Field. Well, that's a good sign. Spatial Contortion. Also good pickup. So we're going to end of turn Spatial Contort the Sakura Tribe Scout. So it doesn't matter how I tap here. Get this in, pass the turn. You die now. Okay. I have a Karoo, or is it a regular old land? Probably a regular old land. I think I should have let them resolve the land drop before killing the... Yeah, I definitely should have let them resolve the land drop before killing the Sakura Tribe Scout, because then they would make the decision on what land they're playing without knowing that their scout is about to die. So, live and learn. And then follow up Azusa, because there's never not one. Teleria West, then there will be a Karoo for sure. No, good. I think there's a good chance they have an amulet that's stuck in their hand right now. Alright. One smashy friend. One spaghetti monster coming up. The downside is they can already play a Titan next turn, so... Blue and 1. What is this? Green and 1. Once upon a time. Sure. They get Titan. Sure. Can't play it this turn. Valakut the second. Yeah, that's pretty beef. I mean... It's going to get them a bunch of zombies. I can put them to 3, though. So they've got 5 land names, so they can get 2 lands, but they can only get 2 zombies. And then if I draw the card to kill the Titan, if I draw a land to kill the Titan, oh, 1 land doesn't do it, because this is an Eldrazi Temple. That's why I'm able to cast these Smashers. God, this is rough. Alright, well. I guess if we draw the 3rd Smasher, we could get there. You would win with Breach, casted in all formats. That's true. I would win if I was playing Breach. What is this? Beast Within? Oh, God. Sure. I guess your opponent is just always going to have it all. This is what Brian experiences every time he plays against Titan. I know. I understand now. 6. Yep. Titan. Now there's going to be a bunch of zombies. Plus they get to bounce their Teleria West. So they can go get another Titan next turn. Oh, yeah, they have a Radiant Fountain, so they actually get to gain life here. And because of the Simic Growth Chamber, they get to use their extra land drops to make even more zombies. Good lord. Alright. Well, looks like we're going to be going to match number 4 to try to get our play points back. Some of our play points back. My mistake. Jeez. Unreal. And that still doesn't let me cast my Ugin, right? Yeah. Oh, well. I guess I could crack this Mind Stone. I don't know what can possibly draw me, but I guess no, I can't play another land. Ballista for 2, not good enough. Nope. All right. Well, very, very unsuccessful run with Eldrazi Tron so far, but let's try to get 50 play points back and not have lost too much on this league. Friends having some funny discussions about trios events. Alrighty. Match the final. Well, winning a die roll is not the worst thing. This hand is pretty atrocious. I think we're supposed to ship that. Okay. This is better. I'm going to keep this lead on map than Chalice. I think Warping Wail is the worst card in this hand in the dark. See what Travis8247 is on over there. Boy, that incentivizes me not to play this map this turn. So I guess we go crack map next turn, map Chalice on 1. Which I guess since they didn't play anything on turn 1 is okie dokie. Alright, looks like we're against some kind of amulet deck again. Pendelhaven. No, could be. Yeah, it is Infect. So the Chalice on 1 is actually really good here. So, gonna be slightly rewarded for our sequencing. I'm gonna get the mine, because then if I draw the tower, not the mine, the power plant. Because if I draw the tower, then I'm in good shape. Shot. Alright. Power plant, map, Chalice on 1. We're just going to make them killing us take considerably longer. But we do need to find an out for this Blighted Agent. I suppose I could go and get a Blast Zone, but... Okay, so this is a 5-turn clock, and our Smasher puts them on a 4-turn clock. We have double Smasher, so should be kind of okay here. Man, we just love drawing these when we don't need them. This gives me Tower, we go Smasher, next turn Smasher again, so could be an okay shape here. Chalice on 1 is pretty good against them, yeah, that's not, you're not wrong. Dryad Arbor. Ah, that's a card. Roy, I haven't seen you play that card in so long. Yep. Once Upon a Time. Yeah, that's a legal card to play. Could get them a Blight. No. Yes. No. Inkmoth Nexus. I hope you beat this Infect player. Me too. Not Oh, because they're shaming your deck. Yeah, I got it. Oh, they fetched Misty with Once Upon a Time. I guess that makes some sense. Excellent draw, Ghost Quarter. Here's my second Smasher. Don't know how they think they can. What did they just... Mutagenic Growth. Okay. They play Mutagenic Growth on my Smasher. I am expected to stack these triggers, so let's see if they discard a card to resolve their spell. They did. They discarded Blossoming Defense. So they're going to put together Become Immense and kill me here. So I actually am going to lose this game. Oh, they didn't draw it, though. Cool. I can't cast the map in my hand. Or I can, but Chalice will counter it. Would have. Okay. So, all it does seems pretty medium, although definitely blow them out. Karn Liberated again. Man, I always want to cut this thing. One Shaper and maybe the Karn. No, Ugin. Ugin only destroys colored permanents and does so at sorcery speed, so I think that's probably the worst. Chalice checked myself, failed. Yeah, not a good plan. I mean, my opponent played to their outs. Like, they were like, wow. I'm going to keep this hand. It's actually kind of gross against them. Removal, Chalice. Like, definitely, this is the kind of hand that just could wreck an Infect player. Noble Hierarch, sure. So we're going to go turn 2 Chalice, turn 3 Contortion, turn 4 Contortion, plus we got Karn. Keep. Yeah, no kidding. Snap it off, baby. Just snap it in half. Second Hierarch. Well, that's a little upsetting. And Glistener Elf, sure. So, likely to take 3. Natural drew the Tron. Well, that's insane. So, Chalice resolves, and I win. Ceremonious Rejection. Okay, that's fair. So if they can't kill me this turn, though, I'm in pretty great shape. That... Okay, so 5... 9? That's 9. Goodness gracious. Could die here. Don't do it. Gah! I mean, yeah. Yup. That was a pretty fantastic string of draws to run off there. And the classic being on the play would have completely blown them out. But, hey, we're playing Modern. Yeah, they're also playing like Mutagenic Growths. Like, that was good television. This is a terrible hand. Ship that. This is a acceptable hand. Yeah, this is definitely okay. Smash or go. Keep it. So we're going to lose one of our maps here, but that'll be okay. Suppose if my opponent leaves a blue mana on turn 1, then we're definitely going to keep our Chalice in hand. Maybe play Walking Ballista into the rejection. Okay, fetching. If this is Hierarch or Glistener Elf, we're okay. I wonder if can they get their blue count high enough to be playing Force? I wouldn't think so, but Power Plant's a fine draw. Just get the Chalice in, and then I can Ballista in the future. So take one. Wow. You know, sometimes. Okay, so I think I'm supposed to play my Ballista. I don't think that there's any way they could, even if they fill up their graveyard with everything that they can. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to play the Ballista this turn. I'm going to sack the map and get a land for next turn. I am shields down right now. Force of Negation is bad in a proactive combo deck, so I strongly believe they don't play it. That's fair. Also, I can interact on their turn, so they're not super incentivized to play that. Dryad Arbor. Interesting. So, okay, they're attacking on the life and infect axes. Interesting. All right, so let's go get the mine. And then we're going to play Ballista on 2. That's a great draw. They can't rejection me here, so Ballista on 2 gives us 2 chances to interact with whatever they play, and from this point on we can just crank it every turn. So pretty insane position, assuming I don't goof this. They fetch. Probably end of turn, they're going to... Yeah, I guess I could have grabbed Blast Zone. I guess technically that's better than completing my Tron. I think that is definitely a misplay that I've made a couple times here. So they attack. Yeah, I just block. Yeah, they scoop out. Cast the Expedition maps. I really didn't have free mana. All right, so made it to the end of that league. 2 and 3, so recouped some of my play points, so I don't need to put any money into the Moto machine. And by money, I mean, oh no, I do. But I have a lot of tickets from my sick MTG finance with Grinding Station. Anywho, Eldrazi Tron. It was interesting to play. I didn't feel like it was actually all that powerful in a proactive way, but it did feel like it had good disruption and a bunch of really powerful, obnoxious things to do. I might try it again at some point. It's definitely complex in a way that I wasn't expecting, and I would need to... I definitely want to watch some more talented players who have experience play it, because I definitely think there's layers to it, and maybe choices that this version doesn't have that maybe I might make. There's no Seagate Wreckage in this one, which I really like that card, but I don't think it's actually good right now for these lists. Anywho, we did not make our burrito money, but we got our $5. So we got 5 tickets worth of play points because we were already out of the burrito contention. We just got smashed by Titan twice, and then what is their moniker? Squaw Chief playing green white hardened scales Heliod combo. Anywho, thank you for checking this out. If you're out there on YouTube, you can smash that like or subscribe button, or just check out my stuff on Twitter. Not Twitter, Twitch, although I am also on Twitter. Everything at Mana Symbol spelled Cymbal. Have yourself a great night.